In this course, you'll understand what distinguishes each of the 5 generic strategies and why these strategies work better in certain kinds of industries and competitive conditions than in others. A competitive strategy concerns the specifics of management's game plan for competing successfully and securing a competitive advantage over rivals in the marketplace. A company's competitive strategy, with its specific efforts to please customers, strengthen its market position, counter the maneuvers of rivals, respond to shifting market conditions, and achieve a particular competitive advantage. The 2 biggest factors that distinguish one competitive strategy from another boil down to, first, whether the company's market target is broad or narrow, and whether the company is pursuing a competitive advantage linked to lower costs or differentiation. In a low-cost provider strategy, we strive to achieve lower overall costs than rivals by appealing to a broad spectrum of customers, usually by underpricing rivals. With a broad differentiation strategy, we seek to differentiate the organization's product or service from rivals in ways that will appeal to a broad spectrum of buyers. With a focused low-cost strategy, we concentrate on a narrow buyer segment or market niche and outcompeting rivals by having lower costs than rivals and thus being able to service niche members at a lower price. With a focused differentiation strategy, we concentrate on a narrow buyer segment, a market niche, and outcompeting rivals by offering niche members customized attributes that meet their tastes and requirements better than rivals' products do. With a best cost provider strategy, we give customers more value for their money by satisfying buyers' expectations on key quality, features, performance, or service attributes while beating their price expectations. This option is a hybrid strategy that blends elements of the low-cost provider and differentiation strategies. The aim is to have the lowest, the best costs, and prices among sellers offering products with comparable differentiating attributes. It's important to understand what distinguishes each of the 5 competitive strategies and why some of the strategies work better in certain kinds of industries and competitive conditions than others. A company achieves low-cost leadership when it becomes the industry's lowest-cost provider rather than just being one of perhaps several competitors with low costs. Successful low-cost providers boast meaningful lower costs than rivals, but not necessarily the absolute lowest possible cost. In striving for a cost advantage over rivals, managers must include features and services that buyers consider essential. A product offering that is too frills-free can be viewed by customers as offering little value, regardless of its pricing. A low-cost leader's basis for competitive advantage is lower overall costs than competitors. Success in achieving a low-cost edge over rivals comes from eliminating and/or curbing non-essential activities and/or out-managing rivals in performing essential activities. A company has 2 options for translating a low-cost advantage over rivals into attractive profit performance. Option 1 is to use the lower-cost edge to underprice competitors and attract price-sensitive buyers in great enough numbers to increase total profits. Option 2 is to maintain the present price, be consistent with the present market share, and use lower cost edge to earn a higher profit margin on each unit sold, thereby raising the firm's total profits and overall return on investment. To achieve a low-cost edge over rivals, a firm's cumulative costs across the overall value chain must be lower than competitors' cumulative costs. There are 2 major avenues for accomplishing this. First, performing essential value chain activities more cost-effectively than rivals, and second, revamping the firm's overall value chain to eliminate or bypass some cost-producing activities. A competitive strategy predicated on low-cost leadership is particularly powerful when price competition among rival sellers is especially vigorous, the products of rival sellers are essentially identical and are readily available from sellers, there are few ways to achieve product differentiation that have value to buyers, and finally, buyers incur low costs in switching their purchases from one seller to another. Perhaps the biggest pitfall of a low-cost provider strategy is getting carried away with overly aggressive price cutting and ending up with lower rather than higher profitability. A second big pitfall is relying on an approach to reduce costs that can be easily copied by rivals. A third and final pitfall is becoming too fixated on cost reduction. A low-cost provider strategy means striving to achieve overall lower costs than rivals and appealing to a broad spectrum of customers, usually by underpricing rivals. The essence of a broad differentiation strategy is to offer unique product or service attributes that a wide range of buyers find appealing and worth paying for. A company attempting to succeed through differentiation must study buyers' needs and behavior carefully to learn what buyers think has value and what they're willing to pay for. Then the company must include these desirable features to clearly set itself apart from rivals lacking such product or service attributes. Successful differentiation allows a firm to command a premium price and/or increase unit sales because additional buyers are won over by the differentiating features, and/or gain buyer loyalty to its brand because some buyers are strongly attracted to the differentiating features and bond with the company's products. Companies can pursue a differentiation strategy from many angles, like a unique taste, like Red Bull or Doritos, multiple features like Microsoft Office or the Apple iPhone, a wide selection of one-stop shopping like the Home Depot or Amazon.com, superior service such as Ritz-Carlton or Nordstrom, engineering design and performance like Mercedes-Benz or BMW, product reliability like Whirlpool or Bosch, quality manufacturing like Michelin or Toyota, and technological leadership like 3M. A uniqueness driver is a value chain activity or factor that can have a strong effect on customer value and creating differentiation. Differentiation opportunities can exist in activities along the industry's value chain, and particularly in activities and factors that meaningfully impact customer value. Such activities are referred to as uniqueness drivers and have a high impact on differentiation rather than on a company's overall cost position. Ways that managers can enhance differentiation through the systematic management of uniqueness drivers include the following: seeking out high-quality inputs, striving for innovation and technological advances, pursuing continuous quality improvement, emphasizing human resource management activities that improve the skills, expertise, and knowledge of personnel, and improving customer service or adding additional services. Well, it's easy enough to grasp that a successful differentiation strategy must offer value in ways unmatched by rivals. A big issue in crafting a differentiation strategy is deciding what is valuable to customers. Typically, value can be delivered to customers in three basic ways. First, including product attributes and user features that lower the buyer's costs. Second, incorporate tangible features that improve product performance. And third, incorporate intangible features that enhance buyer satisfaction in non-economic ways. Differentiation strategies tend to work best in market circumstances where buyers' needs and users of the product are diverse. There are many ways to differentiate the product or service that have value to buyers. Few rival firms are following a similar differentiation approach, and technological change is fast-paced, and competition revolves around rapidly evolving product features. Differentiation strategies can fail for any of several reasons. A differentiation strategy keyed to a product or service attribute that are easily and quickly copied is always suspect. Differentiation strategies can also falter when buyers see little value in the unique attributes of a company's product, and overspending on efforts to differentiate is a strategy flaw that can erode profitability. A low-cost provider strategy can always defeat a differentiation strategy when buyers are satisfied with a basic product and don't think extra attributes are worth a higher price. The targeted segment or niche can be defined by geographic uniqueness or by special product attributes that appeal only to niche members. The advantages of focusing a company's entire competitive effort on a single market niche are considerable. Let's take a look. A focused strategy based on low-cost aims at securing a competitive advantage by serving buyers in the target market niche at a lower cost and at a lower price than rival competitors. The strategy has considerable attraction when a firm can lower costs significantly by limiting its customer base to a well-defined buyer segment. The avenues to achieving a cost advantage over rivals is to outmanage rivals in keeping the cost to a bare minimum and searching for innovative ways to bypass or reduce non-essential activities. The only real difference between a low-cost provider strategy and a focused low-cost provider strategy is the size of the buyer group to which the company is appealing. Focused low-cost strategies are fairly common. Focused differentiation strategies are keyed by offering carefully designed products or services to appeal to the unique preferences of the needs of a narrow, well-defined group of buyers, as opposed to a broad differentiation strategy aimed at many buyer groups or market segments. Companies employ successful differentiation-based focused strategies targeted at affluent buyers wanting products or services with world-class attributes. Indeed, most markets contain a buyer segment willing to pay a price premium for the very few and finest items available, thus opening the strategic window for some competitors to pursue differentiation-based focus strategies aimed at the very top of the market pyramid. A focused strategy aimed at securing a competitive edge based on either low cost or differentiation becomes increasingly attractive as more of the following conditions are met. The target market niche is big enough to be profitable and offers good growth potential. Industry leaders have chosen not to compete in the niche. It's costly or difficult to multi-segment competitors to meet the specialized needs of niche buyers and at the same time satisfy the expectations of mainstream customers. The industry has many different niches or segments, thereby allowing a focuser to pick up a niche suited to its best strengths and capacities, and few, if any, rivals are attempting to specialize in the same target segment. Focusing also carries several risks. First, the chance that competitors will find effective ways to match the focused firm's capabilities in serving the target niche. Second, potential for the preferences and needs of niche members to shift over time toward the product attributes desired by the majority of buyers. And third, the segment may become so attractive that it's soon inundated with competitors, intensifying rivalry and splintering segment profits. Niche strategies are focused closely on serving segment-specific or niche markets. Business strategy may alternatively be based on the process of product or service differentiation across a range of markets and market segments. Best cost provider strategies are a hybrid of low-cost provider and differentiation strategies that aim at satisfying buyer expectations on key quality, features, performance, or service attributes and beating customer expectations on price. The essence of a best cost provider strategy is giving customers more value for the money by satisfying buyer desires for appealing features, performance, quality, or service, and charging a lower price for these attributes compared to that of rivals with similar caliber product offerings. To profitably employ a best cost provider strategy, an organization must have the capability to incorporate attractive and upscale attributes at a lower cost than rivals. This capacity is contingent upon, first, a superior value chain configuration that eliminates or minimizes activities that do not add value, an unmatched efficiency in managing essential value chain activities, and core competencies that allow differentiating attributes to be incorporated at a low cost. When a company can incorporate appealing features, good to excellent product performance or quality, or more satisfying customer service into its product offering at a lower cost than most of its rivals, then it enjoys a best cost status. It is the low-cost provider of a product or service within upscale attributes. A best cost provider can then use its low-cost advantage to underprice rivals whose product or services have similar upscale attributes and still earn attractive profits. A best cost provider strategy works best in markets where product differentiation is the norm and attractively large numbers of value-conscious buyers can be induced to purchase mid-range products. A best cost provider usually needs to position itself near the middle of the market with either a medium quality product at a below average price or a high quality product at an average or slightly higher than average price. A company's biggest vulnerability in employing best cost provider strategy is not having the requisite core competencies and efficiencies in managing value chain activities to support the addition of differentiation. A company with a modest degree of differentiation and no real cost advantage will likely find itself squeezed between firms using low-cost strategies and those using differentiation strategies. Low-cost providers may be able to siphon customers away with the appeal of a lower price, and high-end differentiators may be able to steal customers with the appeal of appreciably better product attributes. A company's competitive strategy should be well matched to its internal situation and predicated on leveraging its collection of competitively valuable resources and competencies.